Times are good, bad, happy or sad.
Oh, God.
I really, if I can sing, you know how pussy I would get.
You've said this before.
Oh my God, I would be fucking bitches left and right.
Oh, wait. The monitoring thing. Okay, we're good now.
I honestly would be fucking bitches left and right.
Okay. Also, I don't hear anything in my headphones.
That's okay. I don't hear anything either.
Okay.
You can turn the monitoring up, see if that works.
How
The
do
big
I do
button,
that?
big button on the interface.
I feel like I just don't want to mess this up.
You're not gonna mess anything up.
So this?
Other way, righty tighty, lefty loosey. How about now?
I can't hear anything.
How about now?
No.
You didn't really fuck with me way back then, but how about now? Cause I'm up right now,
No.
and you suck right now. Oh,
You think we're good?
yeah, we're good. As long as it's recording on the fucking.
Okay. But anyways, you think singing would give you that extra edge?
Extra ed. What? All right. So right now I'm medium. I would classify myself in between medium ugly and handsome,
Oh, my God.
and that's just true facts.
Flies, but okay.
True facts of life.
Okay.
Because I'm not like when I'm at my ceiling, I'm handsome. I'm never like super like sexy or like gorgeous. I'm not like supermodel kind of looks. So I'm handsome.
I don't necessarily agree.
But I'm not like ugly. So
No.
that's why I'm at my lowest. I'm never really ugly. I'm like kind of like medium ugly.
I see.
So that's my range. In any given day, I'm in between those two. So if I could sing, that's like another tool in Batman's tool belt, his utility belt, that he can just whip out and beat the shit out of drug dealers with.
Oh, my goodness.
It's just like that's like an ugly girl having a fat ass. Like it kind of just like it's like PEMDASS. It kind of wipes away. Like it cancels out.
PEMDASS.
PEMDASS. Oh, that's in running for the title of the podcast.
Oh shit, we are sky high on this thing. I'm gonna turn this down.
No, you don't have to turn the monitor.
Oh, okay.
You can turn the actual individual.
Oh, right. That's better.
I talk louder, so you can turn me down.
True.
How are you?
I'm decent.
Just decent.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm kind of tired. I'm honestly like, when I get my like final grades in, I'm gonna feel a lot better. I'm gonna be pissed if I have all A's and one B. Just because I've worked really hard this semester and I have it in my head that I'm getting straight A's because I've had straight A's basically this entire semester. And if it won't happen, I will be bummed. But I'm going to make the dean's list. I'm graduating with over a 3.0 GPA. I'm graduating. So that's...
The biggest advice I could give to you, and it doesn't mean shit coming from me.
That's not true. Stop.
But like, just really crude and question. What do you call a doctor that graduated with a 2.0?
A doctor.
Exactly.
I know.
So
it's more of a personal goal for myself, to be honest.
I
with
get
you.
it, but don't hang your life on.
I know.
You know this, but yet you're.
I'll just feel disappointment for like a half a day, and then I'll.
A half a day is way too much, honestly.
Well, let me grieve. It's just kind of the person I am, though. I don't know.
Understandable. I get it.
How are you?
I'm feeling a lot. I'm actually great. I haven't had therapy this week yet. Therapy has switched to Fridays, which has been a little bit weird. But kind of just riding the wave of this week so far. Started a new job.
Yes.
Which I'm super excited about. I'm going to make a fuck ton of money. Like
facts.
It's going to be just ridiculous how much money I made. And all
which
of
is
it,
awesome.
I'm going to pour into, like, not all of it, but like most of it, I'm going to pour into the podcast.
Gotta save some.
I'm saving for extraneous circumstances.
What do you mean?
So if I move, if shit hits the fan, if the Jonas Brothers go back on tour, like I have to save for those things.
I see.
If Prince comes back to life magically, like I gotta save for those things as well.
Makes sense.
You know what I hate about you? Is when you're turning stuff up and down, you turn it down first,
Yes.
and then you go back up, and it ends up in the same spot.
No, it's actually slightly different.
It's just we're talking a little louder. It doesn't matter. You really didn't do anything. You just
things are different on here.
agree to disagree. But yeah, that's how I've been. I haven't really done anything but work. I haven't played Xbox because I got rid of mine in a week.
Nice.
Yeah, I was about to say I haven't drank, but I drank today. Or yesterday. I had a couple shots to put me to bed because I could not sleep.
What time did you fall asleep?
1:30.
Damn.
So even after I took all those shots, I should have just kept drinking. But I was gonna be dehydrated in the morning, so it's kind of like worthless as fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't eat until like noon, which is weird as fuck. I do like I'm gonna start trying to do a smoothie every morning,
That's
just
a
like
good
curb
plan.
my appetite, get
Yeah.
some food in me, give me some nutrients, shit like that. Help me lose a little bit of this baby weight with no kid. I legitimately have a dad bod with no children, so
You're
it's
so
lovely.
dramatic.
It doesn't, because I know my dick is still big and I'm still like cute as fuck. So like I know that I'm not worried about bitches, but I want to look good for me. Just like how women lie and say they do makeup for themselves. I'm not necessarily lying, but I want to look good for me. And then like the other outcome is just more bitches on my dick, but kind of like a bonus at that point.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you can't tell me I'm wrong though.
I get it. It's fair.
I wanted to tell you something. I feel like you might find this funny.
Oh God.
So I had the shortest date of my life yesterday.
Why?
So I got off of work,
Uh-huh.
got dressed, left,
Yeah.
and we've been talking for like a minute or whatever. And we finally like set plans to go on a date.
I see.
So the date lasted maybe like 30 minutes in total.
Huh. Where did you go? Or like what did you do? Hey, wait, you can't do anything.
You're burying the lead.
Oh, okay.
Burying the lead. Calm down. Save your questions for later.
So curious.
So and 20 minutes of that was me driving to her house.
Damn.
So I drove to her house 20 minutes. And she gets in the car, and I'm like, because me as a guy, I do my normal check-in when I leave the house.
Yeah.
Phone, wallet, keys. Do I have everything I need?
Yes.
So she gets in the car, she says, hey, she hugs me, and she was like, I was like, are you ready to go? And she was like, yeah, like all excited. And she was like, do you have everything? And I was like, phone, wallet, keys. And she was like, I have my phone and my wallet. I have my phone and my keys. But why would I need my wallet? Excuse me, what? And this is the first date too.
Ooh.
So I'm like, why?
Yeah, that's weird.
Why wouldn't you need your wallet? And she was just like, I don't know. I just assumed. I mean, this is the first date. I just kind of assumed I wouldn't need it. And I was like, oh, you should probably go get that. And she was just like, whoa, why? Why would I need it? Like, aren't you paying for me? I was like, oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm down to
Blunt.
I'm down to split the bill.
Yeah, that's always my go-to is splitting. Sometimes I'm like an eager beaver, and I'm like, no, it's okay. I'll pay for both of us. And then I'm just like,
Yeah, it's usually ever
no,
like,
Emily.
it never
Split.
either goes how you want it to, or like
I feel like if you don't split the first date, that whoever pays for it all, the other person that didn't pay for anything, that's what they're just gonna expect.
That's the
and that
like.
just does not.
No, it doesn't sit well
No.
with me at all. So she was like hella confused. Like I could see like the dumbfoundedness on her fucking face.
So you didn't even do anything?
No, like it got to the point where she was just like, if I go in the house, I'm staying there. I was like, oh, okay.
Bye.
And I said the whole date lasted 35 minutes. 20 minutes for me to get there, 15 minutes for us to have this conversation.
What the fuck? Wow.
So it was just like, it was just like one of those moments where I was just like, no skin off my back, kind of just like, I don't care.
it's a first date, so it's not that big of a
There was
deal.
no pressure. Like, for her to assume that I was going to pay just because, like, it was a first date, it's just, like, I guess I can't really be mad at her because I guess that's what she's used to.
Yeah.
But
I hate when people assume. Like,
yeah,
they're
at the
gonna
same
pay.
time, don't assume shit from me. Like,
Just be like, all right, so like, you want to split this, or like, how do you want to go about this? Just make it like a conversation, like. But if you're like, no, like, I'll pay for me, you pay for you. But for also, I feel like if you say
have
it
to
like
speak
that,
into the mic, woman.
I said like, if you do it like that, how you just say, I'm gonna pay for me and you pay for you. Either one, the date's not going well and the person is just like, nah, like this isn't gonna go further, or they just like see you as friends.
I never said one time that I was strictly gonna pay for just.
No, I know.
But I'm saying like
I was just saying.
we didn't even get to where we were going.
No, I know. I was just saying like just like a
Yeah.
point.
Okay. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And like it
But
kind
where
of
were you gonna go in this climate that we're in?
there's places open.
For it to go.
Oh, I thought there's a couple places open.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, we would cross that. I'm glad I didn't waste my time.
Yeah.
But like, it kind of reminds me of. Did you see that TikTok of a girl who was just like, if you ask me out on a first date, and it's just for like coffee or lunch, I'm gonna. She's and this is her words. I'm not paraphrasing. She said, "I'm gonna think one of two things. Either you're broke as fuck, or you just want to be friends."
If you go out for coffee or what?
Or ask for lunch, like as a first date.
Lunch is nice. So is coffee. You talk.
And everybody jumped on her ass. Like, how can you? I never want a woman to define my worth in our relationship on the amount of money that I spend on her, or the amount of money even if or not even relationship, like show like value my worth off of like our first interaction. Just because I don't spend like a fucking rack and a half on you on dinner doesn't mean I'm broke or I'm not worth it. It's just like I want to kind of get to know you. If we do dinner, like if I go on a date, it's like dinner, activity, like dessert, and like maybe like my crib or her crib. Like it's never just one fucking thing.
So on like a first date, if you're going to like lunch or dinner or whatever, and it goes well, then do you go with a like, hey, want to come over, or do you just end it there?
What I usually do is I have qualifiers.
Oh
So
my god!
we go to I either do the activity or the meal first. Mm-hmm. So I get to talk to her. We get to hang out, interact with each other. If that goes well, then I go to the next step. And if that goes well, I go to the next step. And if that all goes well, then I'm like, hey, I don't want to kind of end the night. Do you want to go back to your crib, or you want to come back to mine?
That makes sense.
If she says yes, then 8 times out of 10, we fucking Netflix. Are you still watching? Type shit. Like, I have to get a good bait.
That makes sense.
If that makes sense. Do you know what a bait is?
Kind of.
Give me your example.
Kind of just like you're throwing a hook out there, waiting for someone to kind of.
No, that's.
I know that's the definition
of an actual bait. I'm talking about.
I don't know, because sometimes I feel like bait could be nonverbal.
what I mean by bait is a bait for me.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Like, if you're one time, it was a while ago, went out for like drinks and some food. We drove separate, and so dropping me off at my car, right? And kind of just chatting, like saying goodbyes, whatnot. And then just being like, and he would be like, so like, it's like 9:30, are you tired? Like, you want to hang out a little bit more? Like, I've been enjoying this evening, kind of don't want it to last. I don't know.
That's just like a qualifier.
Oh, okay.
Then
I don't know. Give me an example, and I'll maybe that.
My definition of bait is a specific reason that you get a girl to come back to your place.
Okay.
So, for example, like, hey, I have Super Smash Bros. At the house.
Oh,
do you want to come play?
I get what you're saying.
Or you have a dog, I have a dog. Like, do you want to come meet my puppy? Type
Gotcha.
shit. That's your bait.
Where it's like, how can you say no to that?
Exactly. Something to lure them to your. It sounds very like rapey. Something to lure them to the crib.
Yeah.
Where you're like, yeah, like, or I have something for you at the house, but I left it there.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my. I need a good like fucking a bait,
okay.
And I'm thinking a teacup pig.
They are cute. Don't they get big?
My problem is, what if it gets too cute? That distracts women from giving up pussy.
But then also, if you touch a pig, like, you don't have to wash your hands or do anything before you.
I mean, it's not gonna be outside. It's an in-house pig.
Yeah, but still.
It's just like
I feel like if I had
dog.
a dog, like, I wouldn't pet my dog and then like try and be touchy feely with. I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of like the same shit. Like, you wash your dog, I'm gonna wash the pig. Like, it's like with any pet. Like,
fair.
Just because it's a different type of pig.
I'd love to see you walk outside with like your teacup pig on a leash.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be that guy.
That's the new, like, the baby in a stroller and people come up to you in grocery stores.
Oh yeah. That's what I want. I want females to approach me, have a reason to approach me or come back to the crib, so I can like charm the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I feel that.
And like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But like, that is a good enough. Like, oh yeah, like, you met. Like, I'm obviously, if I get a pig, I'm naming him Chris.
Yeah.
Chris P. Bacon.
Yes, legendary.
Great name for a pig.
I don't know why, but the name Crisp or Chris for a pig just seems perfect anyways.
Yeah. And like, oh yeah, if like she ever wants to come over and like hang out with the pig again, like, it's always there. But
what do you do with the pig when you're having sex? What if the pig comes in and starts oinking?
I mean, it's just like a dog, like, kind of like shut the door and lock it.
Those things are fast.
It's gonna be like trained a little bit. Like, it's gonna.
Can you train a pig?
You can train any animal. If you can train a fucking monkey to steal people's wallets and shit like that, you can train a pig.
Okay.
But yeah, like, that's kind of just like, I don't know. I feel like I need a better, like, because right now, like, my bait used to be Xbox.
Really? How?
But yeah, I got COD at the house. You wanna?
Really?
Bait used to be like, it was between Netflix and like Call of Duty. Like,
I don't know. I'm trying to think what my bait would be. Definitely probably a dog.
You don't need a bait.
I do.
You have boobs.
No, I'm talking about what would lure me
Oh,
in.
what would lure you in? Yeah, definitely a dog.
A dog. But
definitely
then I would want to like
You're
be
a
like,
slut
what
for a
kind
dog.
of dog? If it's a pug, I'm there.
That's your like. This is gonna sound really.
Oh God.
This is gonna sound really fucked up. But
Do
like,
not. No.
But if you were like,
Don't even finish the sentence.
if you were trying to kidnap a child, this would be your like.
Oh my God.
Your lure, like, you know
no,
how.
actually, that just makes me like not want the dog now.
I'm just saying, like, if a pedophile was trying to capture you, and you were like 8 years old,
Oh my God.
Your lure would be dogs.
Probably.
Exactly.
Honestly.
That's all I'm saying. That's literally
or hot
it.
Cheetos. Extra hot.
If you get kidnapped over hot Cheetos, you kind of deserve that.
I don't care. Those shits are
Like, I don't know. I think mine would probably, if a girl was just like, yeah, I got like Borderlands 2 at the crib. You want to play together?
You'd already like probably have came.
Yeah. Easy. Yeah, but like girls really don't need bait because they have boobs. Like, dudes are thirsty enough. Like,
boobs or the booty.
yeah. Like, it's kind of just like, all right, you want to come? Like, if a girl was to ask a dude if you want to come home with me, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna be like, yes. Like, there's always that one time where a dude's just like, kind of worried. Like,
have you ever taken someone home on like the first date, and like it kind of was like what?
Finish your question, cause.
What?
Finish your question.
And like you expected to like fuck, but you didn't.
I'm never really expecting it.
I feel like that's not true.
No, I'm never really expecting it. Like, I'm hopeful for it. Like, the whole point of going on a date and meeting people is just like, I mean, like, there's a potential that we can hook up.
That makes sense.
But I'm never like expecting it because, like, I feel like expecting it leads to like getting angry or like out of character behavior.
That could be, or looking like kind of desperate. Like,
Yeah, like I
or too eager.
Yeah, I don't want to be those things. Like I always play it cool. Like, oh, like say for example, like I go on a first date. She comes back to the crib. Like we're like making out or whatever, or we're kissing, and she's like, it just starts progressing, and she's like, no. If I'm expecting that to happen. And that's in that situation where I get to know, it's just kind of like heart wrenching, like gut wrenching, like oh shit, and then you get angry. If you're not expecting it, you're just kind of going with the flow. It's just kind of like yeah, whatever. Like you're pissed, but you're not like, because like obviously your dick is hard at that point. So you're just like it's okay. Like I get it, and that goes well with women. Like you don't want to pressure them into a situation they don't feel comfortable in. My biggest line I can ever preach to any other fucking dude is just like, if you get hit with that no, just be like, it's okay. I honestly just want to make sure you're comfortable with everything. Throw out that comfortability thing, and then the draws just kind of fall off.
Oh my God.
And that's real. Like,
that's fair.
You know what I mean? Sluts I got in the bed.
Oh my God.
Making sure they were comfortable.
Congrats to you both.
Or cooking. Oh my God.
Really? I can see it. Cooking is kind of like an intimate thing that I don't think people like really get.
I've got ass off of meals I've cooked before.
Nice.
And have never cooked them a meal a day in my life. Just them knowing I can cook.
Oh my God.
And coming over and being with the mindset, their expectation of me cooking, and that shit never happening.
Oh God. That's so sad.
Here's what I do. I go there. I go in, like we were talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna cook for you. You just gotta get some drinks so I can be like comfortable. Or, like
wasted.
And then like I always tell them like, yeah, I'm a cook. Just let me get some drinks in me first. And then like I get to a point where like we both get to a point where we can't drive or we can't like go anywhere to get like the food to cook. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh shit, let's just order something. I'll cook for you next time. And we're both drunk. Fucking inhibitions go down. Fucking immorality goes up.
Of course.
And that's just the perfect situation. And then you just get some ass.
Oh my God.
And then you sober up really quick because half the time you're not really that drunk.
I swear. No, like if that were to happen, I don't know. It's kind of a turn off to me.
What?
Like just like going in with the expectation. Like to me, like it's not the act. Oh, like yeah, he's gonna cook for me. I mean, like, I think it would be something that I would have suggested, like, do together, and that act is, like, attractive to me. So then if it ended up not, I don't know. I think it's different. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
It's all about the swindle. You, like, a good con artist swindles you out of everything before you even know you've been
I think the best, like, kind of date, though, is, like, genuinely doing an activity, and then, like, the, like, attractiveness from that, like, leads to other things, I feel like.
Yeah, but, like, you got to understand, the way you think is not...
It's not, I'm not always thinking like that.
No,
it just depends, but...
let me finish my statement.
Sorry.
I hate when you do that. The way you think is not the way the rest of the female population thinks.
Because I'm fucking awesome. Just
I
kidding.
Go
That's
that far.
debatable.
You're different.
I'm better than most. Just kidding. Nah, I'm alright. But anyways.
So it's just like I'm playing the game that women have set up, and they fucked up by giving me the cheat codes.
Oh my god.
Simple as that. We kind of got off topic as fuck a little bit.
That's alright.
But like what I wanted to like, and like the whole first date situation was supposed to segue into a topic that I wanted to talk about. Okay. I don't think I put it on the docket at all. Oh. But it was another TikTok that I seen. This dude, he's a financial guru, but he's like super frugal.
Interesting.
So he was talking to this girl.
This is on TikTok?
It was on TikTok. He was getting interviewed, and they put this portion on TikTok. It was an interview with, it was something like, I want to say, I don't know what fucking interview it was. But he was talking about how he went on a date with a girl. First date went well. So he has a allotted budget for the entire month. So every time he gets paid, he budgets it out for the entire month. And he has a set expense for dating because he's a single man and he knows that he has to spend money to date.
Right.
Which is like, if you don't understand that you have to spend, oh my God, I got hair on the mic. You have to spend money to date, like you're a fucking idiot. Yeah. So he, first date goes well. He likes her. They like each other. And she was just like, she texted him, hey, I want to go on a second date. Can we go to this restaurant? And the expectation that he is paying. So, and he was just like, instead of saying like, I'm kind of like, or lying and being like, oh no, like I'm busy. Can we schedule it for a different day? He was basically just like, no, I can't. That would put me over budget. That specific restaurant is very expensive. It would put me over budget for this month. But I'm down to go on a second date. Can we go somewhere a little bit cheaper? She apparently ghosted him. He's texting her, calling her, like hitting her up, like, yo, what's good? And then she sees him on TV like a couple months later, and she hits him up like, hey, like I saw you on Blase Blase, like I'm ready for that second date whenever you are. Completely ghosts her.
Ay. Like, I wish people stopped like dating people to just get something like materialistic from them and just like got to know them as a person.
But that's what dating is. Like, dating is,
I think at the beginning, yeah, like you got to get something out of it too, but like why can't a connection be enough?
Dating, or
just like an experience.
God damn it, woman, shut the fuck up.
I wasn't done with my sentence.
I didn't even finish what I was gonna say before you jumped in.
Our scales are too high right now. It's like someone's having a heart attack. We. The
EKG.
An EKG? Oh, that's what it's called. I don't watch enough Grey's Anatomy.
I don't watch Grey's Anatomy at all. I don't know what that is. Echocardiogram.
Huh?
Echocardiogram.
Oh. Push epi.
You're a fucking idiot. You know, I have an EpiPen.
Yes.
It's pretty much just like adrenaline.
Yes. EpiPens scare me.
It's really not that difficult. You just stab a nigga in the leg.
Allergic reaction. Just kidding.
Where the fuck was I going? I had something to say, but you kind of fucked it up.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, dating now is like if you don't enhance this person's social status, they don't want to be with you.
Ugh.
People are all about the image that is perceived to other people. So if you're not advancing my life in like materialistics or social status, they don't want to be around you. They don't want to be with you. They don't want to hang out with you. It's just over for your ass. So like,
What?
stop moving your goddamn feet. It's fine.
No, nothing like.
I know. I just said it was fine. Yeah. So if you don't do that shit, people are just like, it's over. Like you can't get back from that shit. Thoughts?
I mean, no. Yeah, I think I like. I don't like that. That's how like some people view dating as like. I don't know.
Because everybody wants a sugar mama or a sugar daddy.
Like, yeah, cool, like getting free money, but like money isn't everything. However, like, I mean, having a decent amount of money would be like life changing and can create happiness. But I also kind of like gives me a weird feeling like getting money from like
Strangers.
yeah, because
This is
sometimes you
have too
don't
much
know if
pride.
they're vulnerable or not. Like
You have way too much pride. Honestly, that's your problem. It's like a blessing and a curse for you. I was gonna say it's kind of off topic, but like it's on the topic of money. Like I have come to the realization that like I don't care how much money I make. If I make a lot of money, cool. God, I hate when I like talk. I always have to fucking burp for some odd ass reason. It doesn't matter how much money I make, and if I'm making a lot of money, it means absolutely dick and balls to me if I don't have anybody to share it with. Like
I get that.
Like it's gonna be sucky, like not having a pot to piss in, but like if that's with somebody else, like it makes it like sharing that experience makes it 10 times like more better. But like if I have like a lot of money now, or like as I can potentially make now, it's just like wow, like this opens so much doors because like I am a huge like gift giver. I want to like do those things and like go on different experiences. Like and if I'm doing those shits, if I'm just buying myself shit or like spending money on dates, like that shit's just like it's like I'm not happy as I would be if I was doing this for somebody that I cared about.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I basically agree. Though I do feel like having like a stable income, I feel like, or just like, you know, like knowing that like the money that one or both of you makes like is enough to cover bills, is enough to cover like food, rent, groceries, and to have some to like save and whatnot. Like I feel like it takes less stress off of a relationship.
I get that, and my first initial reaction is you've never been poor. You've never known bottom, so you're terrified of that. So like when you're like, say for example you're dating somebody and they lose their job, like you're freaking out because you're the only income coming in, and like that scares you. But for me it's a different mindset because I've been at bottom of the bottom, and like I know what good is, I know what like decent is, I know what great is, and like I know the levels of this shit. And like you, like I'm not saying like your privilege is like it's kind of I'm honestly I am saying I'm saying your privilege is a bad thing because you don't know how fortunate you are. You're just seeing it as like I don't want it to get to this point when in all reality you are better off than I want to say like 40% of the world right now.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, it's definitely a privilege. For sure. I feel like my dad, for example, like he grew up pretty poor and his like financial finances now is like he's kind of at like he's all I guess like since he turned like 18 or whatever, he's tried to be like better with his finances and really save. And like him and my like this man like has used a empty potato chip like package and cleaned it out and used it for his lunch. Or like he takes the bus like every day to work to like not waste gas, and the bus is free and whatnot. So I feel like when he's like instilled kind of those like values, I guess, I don't know. And it's like, and some of it's like a little too much, where I'm just like overly stressed about financials at times, and I'm actually working on that. And I've had conversations like with my parents, just like, sometimes I like feel guilty for spending money on like buying myself clothes that I need when it's a necessity, like not even just like fun clothes, but like jeans or like socks,
Yeah.
And I'm just like, because you guys have like instilled in me like this kind of like penny saver kind of mentality. But yeah, no, I definitely have the privilege of being in like a decent spot, like with financials growing up. I will definitely.
You're middle class, like.
Yeah, middle class. I like my parents don't really like make six figures, and my dad's job is very different from my mom's. But yeah, I mean, had a house like. Yeah, like what middle class is.
You've lived in the same house your entire life.
Yeah. And like, I mean, my parents could have moved to maybe a bigger house, but again, they wanted to like not have to pay another mortgage, and they have the house all paid off, and so it's kind of just like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it, but like what you don't understand is your parents
are not everyone's, or it's not everyone's situation. Sorry, no. I don't mean to speak for you.
Yeah, shut the fuck
up. My bad. Damn.
Your parents' trauma isn't your burden. Mm-hmm. Your dad is traumatized from being poor and being on a farm and not having a lot of money, and he didn't want that for you.
Yeah.
That is not your burden. Like, I understand that you have a privilege and you have both parents in your life that are shut up.
I know, but I know.
Shut up. That are making money, and they're both financially stable. So like I get that. It's not the fact that you have to go willy nilly and spend whatever the fuck you want, but you don't have to live like you are like poor as fuck. And like it's so true to like the social dynamic in America right now that you're worried about not dipping below a certain social status.
I don't care about the status.
Obviously, you do. Like,
no, I'll explain. But
being poor is a social class. It's a social status. You're so worried about being that it puts you in fear to enjoy the privilege that you fucking have. Like,
okay, can I speak? Two things. One, I'll address the social thing in a sec. But the thing I want to say prior is my fear is like I don't want to waste the gift that my parents like. I get their parents and it kind of is in like their job description or whatever, but I don't want to like tarnish their money or be wasteful with it, or because like I've had conversations with them. It's something I'm working on, yada, yada, yada. But no, the whole social class thing, no, I don't give a fuck about that. What I give a fuck about, though, is like the stress of money affects my like mental health. And like, if like, I don't care if I'm classified as poor. I don't care if I'm classified as middle class. I don't care if I'm classified as rich. But like, I don't like the stress of like, will I like, if I don't save my paycheck this month or like divvy it out, then I'm going to be in debt with these bills, or like I'm not going to be able to pay for groceries. And I don't want to put myself into that point, and I don't want to have to be a burden to other people.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
To me, that is a direct contradiction.
Why?
Because you say you don't care about social class, and you don't care about being classified as poor.
I don't.
But you're worried about if you don't pay these bills that you will be in debt. Being in debt is like technically being poor.
Yeah.
So
but like,
can I finish my statement? Can I finish my statement?
I don't think you're getting what I'm saying.
No, I'm not. But like, and I'm trying to clarify what I'm receiving from you, and then we can go back and forth. But you have to shut the fuck up and let me get what the fuck I'm saying. You do this a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying. I need like a rubber band on my wrist, and every time I interrupt,
I just need to start punching you in the face.
Shut up.
Yeah, like you can't say that you don't care about the economic class, and then say like I'm worried about being in debt and being a burden to everybody else. Also, that doesn't make like the entire economy is built on putting people in debt. If you're not in debt, you don't make the government money. If you're not in debt, you're not a contributing part of society. Like that's what it's meant to do, and it's especially hard for people of color. So, like, for you to be so afraid of going in, like, you're gonna have some debt. Like, you're in debt now with student loans. Mm-hmm. But like to fear that and let that control like you enjoying the fruit, like because you're not like not working, you work and you've worked 2 jobs at a time, and there's times where you don't spend money because you're worried about going in debt on bills that honestly like if you like every company that you are using, like if it's your phone bill, your cable bill, shit like that. If you're like, hey, like I can't pay this day, I can pay in like a week. They're like, okay, as long as they get their money, they don't give a shit. If you're negligent and you don't pay for like 4 months out,
and that's what I worry about with my own self. Just because like sometimes I'm out of sight, out of mind, where I'm like, okay, I'll pay it in 2 weeks, but then unless I do it manually myself, then I'll just let it go because I'm like, it disappeared. Person. Not all the time with money. No, I'm not.
You don't think so because you're comparing yourself to legitimately everybody else. You're not.
I've just had certain, I'm not going to say on here, but like I've had like 3 years ago, I've had things like financially that like I'm not super proud about.
So like I've defaulted on credit cards. I've gone in debt with student loans. I don't want to say like my thing, but
I
still have. I owe money to a gym. If I cannot afford it, I can't afford it. I'm not going to. But it's a difference between like I'm not at the time I could, but circumstances changed like where I couldn't. So I'm not going to stress myself out about because I can always pay that. You can always pay that shit later.
I just don't want. I don't know. I don't like. It's also like the uncertainty of the future. I don't know where my life will be like in the future. I get it, but like it's coming from like someone who deals with anxiety on a daily basis. That not knowing the future and uncertainty is very stressful.
Just because I haven't been. Just because my anxiety isn't as severe as yours or as consistent as yours doesn't mean I don't have anxiety on certain things. And
I'm not
like
saying you don't.
Huh?
I'm not saying you don't.
I know, but you're making it seem like just because you have this disorder that you're immune from. Or I'm not comprehending the fact that you feel this way. I'm not saying like you're wrong for feeling these ways. I'm saying like you shouldn't because you're more you're in a position of power to do whatever the fuck you want with your life.
Kind of.
But
that's a matter of opinion.
Yeah. Like and take it from me, a person who has seen all aspects of your life. You're in a position to do whatever the fuck you want. Like but your problem is, and like honestly, God, you feel like you're in debt to everybody, that every person, every entity that helps you along the way. And that's not always the case. Like, you feel like you owe your parents something because they pay for your school. Mm-hmm. But, like, it's a difference between completely wasting their money and enjoying your life is what I'm trying to get you to understand.
And there's
Like,
been some instances where I feel like I could categorize wasting their money.
wasting their money would be not going to class every fucking day, getting all Fs. Wasting their money would be like saying like, fuck you, like I'm not gonna go to school, like you're paying for this shit. I don't have to pay for that. No, it's the fact that you try, you're doing your best, you're getting A's and B's, like you're trying to make a career for yourself, and they're helping you because that's their job. That's their job as parents, and you understand that, you get that. But like at the end of the day, you don't owe them shit. Say for if you wanted to drop out of school tomorrow, you don't owe them an explanation. If it's going to make you happy to drop out of school, you don't owe them. You don't have to finish because that's their idea of what they want for you in your life. Because they invested this money into you, you have to see. There's people who invest in businesses that don't see that money. It's a risk.
Yeah.
You're risking that time, that effort, that money, because you feel like you're gonna get tenfolds back, and that tenfolds back for them is seeing you in a great career and seeing you happy. So when you're actually doing a disservice to them when you're super stressed and you feel like you owe them because they're paying for your school.
I mean, yeah, I get that. I know they are appreciative when I am conscious of my spending, and my dad has actually like talked to me recently.
Your dad's like frugal as fuck.
What?
He's frugal.
Yeah, no, but I've talked to my dad like recently just about my money and what?
I said shout out to Bob.
Bob the builder.
Big Bob.
He doesn't build anything, but he helps people. But anyways, yeah, we had a conversation like about my money or whatnot, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm doing better, like slightly, like with my money. And he's like, yeah, I can definitely like see that and whatnot. Not that like, but like for an example is like the new iPhone or whatever. Like I told him, and I had a cracked phone, and I was debating between a new phone and just fixing my phone, but my cousin let me have her old phone. But anyways, I was just like, Dad, you know, like, it's also my decision, and sometimes I feel guilty that, like, if I go the way of getting my phone fixed and not getting a new iPhone, which I kind of want to get, then I feel like I'm letting you guys down. And, like, we had a good conversation about that, and he understood my side, and I, like, need to, like, I don't know, like, my parents are a huge part of my life, and I've had, like, sometimes an up and down relationship with them, but ever since, like, college, it's been fairly, like, positive. So it's just, like, I know I don't need them to dictate, like, certain aspects of my life. I do take their advice a lot, or, like, consider it strongly sometimes. But I also, like, am trying to figure out, and this goes honestly for anyone in my life, I have to try and figure out my own, like, decision, come to my own decision, and not just, like, let other outside factors or people, as much as, like, I love and care about my friends, that, and family, that, like, I can take, like, advice from people, you know, but in the end, I can't let it greatly influence, like, if I buy a house or not, if I buy a car, if I get a new phone, if I spend a little bit more on groceries this week, you know, if I save a little bit more this week, you know, just things like that. I'm really trying to stand up for myself and, like, find my own, like, kind of voice in a sense.
I commend you for that. I feel like that's a huge chunk of that's a huge thing that for you to start working at and chipping away at. I think
it's hard.
Yeah, for me, I feel like the only person that I weigh their opinion more than anybody else is my partner. Mm-hmm. If my partner is just like, yo, like, yeah, we kind of need a little bit more groceries. Can you not save as much this week? Mm-hmm. I take that into consideration a lot more than my mom saying, like, no, you need to save, you're buying a house, or no, you need to save, you need a car, shit like that. And, like, because my ideal of dating is like I'm not dating to just date. I'm dating to marry. So like obviously I'm gonna take this. I see something in that person that I can hold on for the rest of my life. So if I am dating you, I trust you. I take your
I
you're
get
gonna be
that.
my partner eventually along that road, and we have to build that foundation, that trust foundation where like if my woman told me like, yo, invest in this because it's gonna go up, and I don't, and I miss out, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I kind of fucked up. Or like
Yeah.
if I invest in it and it doesn't flop, that's just like a flop on it. Like I'm not taking it as like, oh, you kind of screwed me. It's more just like, yo, like, all right, we were wrong on that one. Let's get back on the next one.
Yeah, I like your like statement about that. I think that's good. I kind of like struggle with that because like I've talked to my therapist before about this, just how like I don't like believe what people say, even myself sometimes. Like I question everything. So it's like, especially like when it comes to finances or just like other shit, like I'm always just like, either I'll go out of my way and do it and then it burns me, or like, and then I like, or then I'm like, or this is like this all the time, like where I'm just like, well, like you can do a bit, but you have to like also consider yourself, like no one has your back like you kind of thing. Just like, not like, and like sometimes I'm like, even like purchasing stuff myself or whatever, I'm like, I don't know, like, do you really think you need that, Emily, or whatever? Or like if like a friend tells me, or like, you know, my partner tells me like, well, like maybe you should do this and this and this because this, like sometimes I'm stubborn about it and I'm just like, that's not what I think works for me. I don't know, like I'm trying to figure it all out.
I think I agree with a lot of what you said in that statement. My biggest, what I think you like don't understand or what you're not grasping is when you say the words "no one has your back like you do." Mm-hmm. That's unfair to your partner because
Is it though?
you're going into this.
I feel like it's a fact though.
No, that's not a fact. You have people right now
No
that
one knows you better than you do.
no, you. That's not what you said. No one. You said no one has
Similar.
No, it's not. Honestly, no. I feel like you really don't even know yourself. You're constantly learning. You're constantly growing every day. So like you don't even know yourself. Like
So no one should know me better than myself. So if I don't know myself, then
I mean, it's kind of like a 50-50 toss up at this point. But my point is like to say like no one has your back like you have your back is it's kind of like blurring the lines between independent and selfish. Because a selfish mindset is like no one has me like I have me. Like I have to watch out for myself. I have to pick up the pieces. I have to do everything for myself because no one will. Sometimes you have to trust and you have to let that wall down so people can show you that they can have you like you have, like you think that you have yourself. You have to know that your partner has, and you're running that risk of people hurting you. And that's the whole point of relationships. Relationships aren't supposed to be easy. Relationships aren't supposed to be hunky dory. Like if they were, they're not real. They're fake. If you and your friends or your partners get along every moment of every fucking day, that's fake as fuck.
yeah, that's very true.
There should be a little bit of friction. Like if it's too much friction, that's like a toxic relationship.
Yes.
But if it's like a little bit of friction, like you know that that's something real, because like everybody's stubborn, everybody's selfish, everybody has feels like they need to look out for themselves. But that's not the point of if you want a relationship, keep doing that. If you want a partnership, you have to.
What's the difference between a relationship and a partnership?
In my eyes, relationship is a friendship. Like
Okay.
Friends is a type of relationship.
Yeah.
Your mom and you are is a type of relationship. You have some relations to that person.
Yep.
If you want a partnership, you have to kind of be a little bit above that. You have to bring all your feet to the table. You have to squash all those negatives. You have to go above and beyond to really take that to the next level. And that's if you want some shit that's probably gonna fizzle in like a year or two or three, keep the same mindset. But if you want something that's gonna last forever, like that's the difference between dating 5 years and 50.
I get it.
So that's the only thing I have wrong with that specific statement. And as your friend, I'm saying like you have to change that mindset and you have to just kind of relinquish that power. Like if somebody's gonna hurt you, you have no control over that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're gonna hurt you. If somebody's gonna fuck you over, it's kind of like that. But if you go into it half-assed, you're not doing yourself a service. You're kind of doing that person a disservice. And now that person has a skewed version of who you are as a relationship when ultimately you're 20 times better than that.
I see. Yeah, that's fair.
So it's kind of like what you want. You put in what you get what you put in out of it.
Sometimes. That's not always true.
And like but that's the risk.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
get what you're saying.
No, like I wanted to expand because I'm on this like train of thought and I'm just killing it right now.
Yeah.
I've been hurt a couple times, but each time I get into something new, I still go into it like it's the first time. Because I'm praying that if I treat it like this the first time, it'll be my last time.
Okay. That's fair. That's not a bad way of thinking about things.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody thinks like that, or not a lot of people will, and like maybe I'm just naive in thinking that I found the right person every fucking time. But like, if I
I don't think that's naive.
I think it's sad to not hope that this person that you're dating is your person.
If you aren't thinking that way, then that doesn't make sense.
You're dating for all the wrong reasons.
Exactly.
But no, I want you to kind of change that mindset of being tiptoeing that line between independent and selfish.
It's a hard line to figure out.
It is. It's super tough because like we all have selfish tendencies and selfish behaviors. You're very stubborn when it comes to most things.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Exactly. You can't even admit that you're I'm right on that one. So it's just kind of like
I get it.
Yeah, I know it's tough. But I feel like you'll figure it out. Just keep going to therapy and keep talking. Like that's why I do the podcast. Podcasts are like my second like therapy.
I feel that.
Because like I'm on like some this has nothing to do with anything
shit
that I had planned to talk about today. I wanted to talk about some funny shit. I want to talk about white girls being racist. I wanted to talk about Justin Bieber being racist. Like I wanted to.
And look, we're at an hour.
Exactly. Like it is what it is.
Sometimes you just gotta go with it. The flow of the podcast.
And like
the pod.
I'm with this whole like this past like year, honestly, realizing that like talking about shit or like opening up about things really helps me as a person.
Yeah.
A lot of people are different, but like if I talk about shit, I process a lot more shit and I realize a lot more shit.
That's good.
And then I'm better the next day. So
that's good. That's a very good realization to have. I love to talk about my emotions and my feelings.
No, you don't.
I actually do. My therapist probably is annoyed at me for talking about...
I always think I'm annoying.
I know. I'm just... Well, and she asked me, like, a question today, and I'm, like, start answering it, and then I go off on, like, a topic, like, a subtopic of it. I'm like, I will get back to that subtopic. It's on my list of things to talk about or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's funny. It's funny.
I do that shit, too. Like, Paige is like, all right, but that's not what I asked you.
That's funny.
And I'm just like, what the fuck was the question again?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like my therapist.
Well, what's the time?
1 hour.
On the dot?
Yeah. In 30 seconds.
Oh, it's just at 1:30. Do you want to talk about white girls or?
It's up to you.
I mean, it's about 9 o'clock.
Do you think the flow goes with it? It's up to you.
You save it, honestly. Huh?
Are you sure?
Or I could do a bonus episode sometime this time. Who knows? Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Bonus.
I didn't even introduce the podcast either.
Oh shit.
No. So, thanks for watching. I'm Not a Fuckboy Podcast. If you like what you heard, go to our YouTube. Every Friday, the video is posted. Every Wednesday, the audio is posted on Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast
YouTube,
from, except
Google
for Apple
Play.
Music, because Apple Music is fucking cunt.
Whew. Shots fired.
Yeah, I hate Apple so much. Steve Jobs did not die for you guys to fucking be a bunch of dickheads. But yeah, shout outs to Danny_E_Flores on Instagram. Send my boy some love. He is working hard as fuck trying to make sure his family has a great Christmas and his girlfriend. So I respect that. That's why he hasn't been here recently. So he's doing a lot of
her name.
he's doing a lot of overtime. So, like I said, send him some dick pics. He loves that shit. Send him some feet pics.
Buttholes.
I was gonna say that.
Oh.
Yeah, he's into butthole pics now.
Spread them as wide
as possible. If you have tattoos, he'll love that shit too.
Around
the butthole. If you got like Boner Garage,
yes,
that'll be perfect for him. If you want to follow me personally, go to Instagram at TraySmooth84. TraySmooth is spelled TRAYSMOOVE84. Follow us on Instagram at I'm Not a Fuckboy Podcast, exactly how it sounds.
Yeah.
If you can't fucking spell, I feel like you should just die in a hole.
That's a bit dramatic.
I have dyslexia, so like that too. I have dyslexia and I forgot what it's called, but it starts with a D, but it was with numbers. That's why I always get shit mixed up.
Interesting.
Never really truly diagnosed, but like I know for a fact. Look at me being a hypochondriac and self-diagnosing. But that's all I got for this week. If you want to hear more, interact with us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, all that good shit. Peace.